the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like a ceiling can.
There's no way from a talent perspective that Boston College should be able to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, and that was the question I was going to ask you: is what has to happen besides
college to win?
Besides the hole opening up in the ground and like they just forfeit.
You would need CJ throw about 300. Yeah. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price have a couple of weird fumbles.
It's got to be like 5 turnovers.
I mean, a couple of defensive players get called for targeting. I mean, you would need a lot. Welcome back. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Matt and Ted, and we are the Basilica Brothers at Irish Touchdown, and we've got a few things to talk about, so thank you for coming back. Ted, how are you?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. All right, so we're jumping in with all might into the next game here. Notre Dame's going up against Boston. Should not be a challenge, but we know Notre Dame. They love to play down to their competition, and unfortunately, that would be really disappointing to see us backslide into what Notre Dame used to be with previous coaches like Brian Kelly. Yeah. Which we will talk about here in a second. But let's jump back into USC, where we pretty much dominated the ground game. Not great performance with CJ, but Matt, how'd you feel?
Felt great. I felt great. It's nice knowing that you can rush for over 300 yards on your rival, especially USC. You know, that's a mega program, and for them to have slipped into a team that can give up over 300 rushing yards is just not something that they're going to tolerate forever. Because that's bad.
Yeah, we definitely broke their spirit. Yeah. That was please just fall down. We're tired of tackling you.
Past few times we've beaten USC, we haven't needed outstanding quarterback play because we've been able to just run it down their throats. And then we also benefited from Lincoln Riley having a couple of boneheaded play calls. So thank you, Lincoln.
Yeah, for the ultra reverse to a pass.
Yeah.
Thank you for the fumble.
Thank you. And then the 4th and 1, where they try to pass and he rolls out 10 yards.
And he threw in the dirt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that one too. Christmas came early.
Yeah.
And then apparently they don't know that you're supposed to tackle people on a kickoff. It was flag football apparently. You froze my there you are. You're freezing on me. There you are.
Yeah, that was amazing. That kickoff return by Price.
It was damn near the replica.
Yeah.
It was incredible. CJ had some bonehead moves. Really was not that efficient. The thing that I saw was there was a lot of high balls, or there was a lot of way too far in front of you, and it looked like the mechanics were more of he was almost sidearming a lot of it. So if it was high, it was because he was sidearming it and elevating the ball rather than driving the ball. And then I think he was just eagerly trying to get the ball out of his hands when he was leading them too far. There's some passes that I know he can make that they looked awful.
That interception was really bad.
Remind me on that one. I blocked it out.
Like on the 2-yard line or something like that, and he rolls out and trying to keep the play alive.
Yeah, the Miami play.
That ball out of bounds, and we got to settle for a field goal. I mean, he winds up throwing an interception there, and that was pretty bad.
You mean a field goal attempt?
Field goal attempt, yes.
Holy crap!
It wouldn't have been a guarantee.
You know who we need? We need those kids that kick for $500,000 on ESPN for their college tuition. Yeah, they all make their kicks.
Yeah,
and they're not even looking good. They look like he's kicking with the wrong foot. He's actually lefty and he's kicking righty. It looks terrible. Extra points getting missed. Field goals missing by 10 yards, and it's not like end over end. It's wobbling that way. It's like, who the hell kicked that? Did you kick his hand first? That's embarrassing. Yeah, and then on our kickoffs, we're kicking it out of bounds. We did that twice.
That's silly.
Might as well just do an onside kick. That was embarrassing. But hey, you gotta love the Love and Price show. They were absolutely murdering it. And I did not feel bad for USC with this being possibly the last game.
Nope.
Let's absolutely just embarrass them, bury their soul, have them remember this for the next 50 years that they didn't play us.
Good way. If they're not going to play the game, it's a good way to end the series.
Yeah, an absolute monster slam dunk on you. It felt like the game was pretty much in control just because we could run.
Mm-hmm.
They were running, or not running. They were running the ball down the field on Gray. Sadly, Gray went back into his old form of panic mode and just grabbing the hell out of people.
Yeah.
But a couple of his plays, you've seen him run. It looks like he's got a leg injury. The deep bomb that he got beat, it just, you could see him in the background, and he's just like, almost like he's blown out a knee or something, and he's trying to hide it.
And he might be banged up.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Originally, it was just a shoulder injury, but he looked very sluggish. Like
Then he'll get an interception.
Yeah. I was watching that, and I was just dogging him. And like the other guys were like, man, this guy really hates him. And then all of a sudden that pick, I'm like, holy crap, are you kidding me? Of all the people that would catch an interception. And it was a good play, too. It wasn't, tipped or anything.
Well, I love the fact that he sticks with it. He sticks with it.
He has to.
Battling.
We don't have anybody else.
No, but he battles.
Yeah. I don't know what our other quarterbacks are doing that is so great. But, man, they've keyed in on Christian. That's kind of unfortunate because next year he's a senior, so he's definitely playing. But we got some recruits coming in. Hopefully the USC game really solidified some of those guys, those 5 stars. Hopefully they stick around. Because those 5 stars are season and, decade changers. Really changed the minds of some of these kids that think they shouldn't come over to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
What was your predict for the score?
I said it was going to be 38-28.
And it ended up
34-24.
We're getting better.
Yeah, I got the 10 points right.
We're getting better. Yeah, you're only off by 4 for each team. That's pretty good. And it probably would have been a little bit closer if we knew how to kick a field goal. That's at least 4 points. Yep. All right. So we came out at USC pretty much whole. And moving into our injury report, still Jaden Greathouse is out. I think with a hamstring. And we got good news that Flanagan is quite possible for this game.
Awesome.
Which I'm not an expert on college football, but I've been told he's the better blocker of the tight ends. So that's only going to open up running even more for us. And hopefully that gives a little CJ confidence to stand there rather than run around and throw a damn straight ball.
Well, he's a big target, too. So
he's a Flanagan.
He could catch, something out there, pretty good size. I don't know how much they'll play him. I don't know if it's going to be if they're going to kind of limit him. But it'll be nice to have him out there. It's nice when you have everybody ready, It's rare. You're always dealing with some kind of injury, but it's good to have him back.
Hey, yeah. On the injury report, our center's out for the season. I was incredibly impressed with the center that stepped in. I forget his name, 64. I watched the game just watching him, and he was not getting embarrassed like the previous games would just whip around our center and ruin the play. Our center was holding for passing, and he was pushing back for running plays.
Awesome.
He seemed like he knew exactly what his responsibility was, and he wasn't hesitating, and he was beating USC rather than just surviving.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know what caused him not to be the starter, but he's the starter next year. So I'm very excited for next year for that because
Awesome.
he's going to be an anchor for that offensive line. Yep. So congrats, Matt. We finally got a good prediction.
Getting better. Not
So-
normally good at that.
Yeah, we were off for quite a while. I was pretty close. I don't remember what my prediction was, but it was Notre Dame winning, so we'll take that as a win. And speaking of winning, we're moving into Boston College. We're playing at Boston College this week, right?
Is that what it is?
Remember, I was hoping you did.
I could check.
I'm doing it. Yeah, they're at Boston. Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, they are at Boston College.
Cool.
Yeah, at 12:30 game.
I thought it was 3:30. It's 12:30.
Yeah, that's what it said on ESPN. So, I don't see this as a true competition. They have some running backs. They got two, kind of like us, where they have two running backs that handle the ball most of the game. But I think they only had 600 or 700 yards running. So it's not like they're absolutely murdering teams.
They're not very good.
Yeah, and I pulled up the team's power index resume for through ESPN. They were 127th for their schedule, and then they were 109th in their efficiency in that schedule. So they're not really doing all that well with a fairly easy schedule, whereas Notre Dame is 15th in their index, and they're 5th in their efficiency.
Against a pretty decent schedule.
Yeah. So, yeah, they've essentially got a 15th hardest schedule.
Well, there's no way from a talent perspective that Boston College should be able to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, and that was the question I was going to ask you is what has to happen besides
For College to win?
Besides the hole opening up in the ground and like they just forfeit.
You would need CJ throw about 3 interceptions. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price have a couple of weird fumbles. A couple of missed field goals.
Yeah, it's got to be like 5 turnovers.
I mean, a couple of defensive players get called for targeting. I mean, you would need a lot. Now,
Yeah.
Notre Dame's lost some stinkers to Boston College over the years.
It was a while ago though.
And I don't think that the talent disparity is nearly as high as it is now. So Notre Dame's a much better football team. You just got to go on the road, take care of business, and beat the piss out of them. I mean, that's really all you got to do. And you really do need it. I don't like to buy into conspiracies too much, but a bigger margin of victory, it will. You need to kind of crush your remaining schedule.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the best 10-2 team at the end of this thing. So we need to crush Boston College.
Clemson won 41-10. Louisville won 38-24. That's and then that's about it for anywhere of a comparison to a team to Notre Dame. So I would say the bottom of scoring would be 40. Like if we don't score 40, that was an abysmal game. If we punt, I say we failed.
I wonder what the weather's supposed to be like in Boston.
Again, I'd have to check.
I don't think it's supposed to be bad.
All right, you talk for a minute. I'm gonna check.
Okay. I just
Great.
hope we beat Boston College. I don't really think that there's any reason why that game should be close. It's 55 degrees there now.
Dang, you beat me to it.
It's supposed to be 41 degrees
Ooh,
tomorrow. High of 54.
no rain.
Not according to the weather app.
Nice. That's
So
Notre
that's
Dame.
nice. That's
Notre Dame football.
yeah.
I've never had to wear the pad.
Bill O'Brien's a pretty good coach. Boston College head coach Bill O'Brien's a pretty good coach. He was at Penn State before he went to the Texans. He just doesn't have the Jimmies and Joes.
Yeah, that's a good resume, but if you ain't got the players, you ain't gonna get the wins.
Yeah.
They're 1-7 this year, so not a lot you can do with that.
Tough year. Tough year for those guys for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're playing in all ACC, so they're not playing, I don't know, MAC teams or whatever. But
And they call they call it a rivalry. Notre Dame Boston College.
who?
It's historically known as a rivalry, but I
Really?
don't despise Boston College like I do USC. From an integrity and academic standpoint, those kinds of things, very similar type schools.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I think they're a Jesuit school.
I
They're
could
run
say
by the
maybe
Jesuits.
it's a big brother little sister game, but I don't think it's Ohio State, Michigan, or something.
No.
I would say Notre Dame, USC, but they ran away. All right, and then the quarterback situation for Boston College, I have no idea what's going on with them.
Yeah, it's abysmal.
They have an obvious starter. He's throwing 67%. He's got 1,000, I think, more yards than any other quarterback, but for some reason they're thinking of benching him because the powers that be are still trying to figure out who's the starting quarterback. And I can't imagine that being a good thing for an offense.
No.
Unsure on who's going to be your starter. Usually not.
It's not typically good,
This is not usually the check you're trying to get.
especially when you got a pissed off Notre Dame team coming into town.
I don't see us taking our foot off the gas.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Boston. You don't know who your quarterback is. We're not going to take it easy on you. And they do allow other teams to tackle their quarterback quite a bit. They've allowed 21 sacks this year.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So
It could be a long day for whoever it is back there.
they're getting a lot of practice on picking their quarterback up, but not a lot.
Sorry.
Not a lot of practice on throwing the ball down the field. So, and then, I mean, what are we thinking? Like 3,000 yards for Love this game? 4 touchdowns each. I mean, I don't even know where the limit is.
He I don't know. I wouldn't mind if he got a good 100 or 150, and then they sprinkle in some Aeneas. I would like to see Aeneas play a little bit more.
Yeah, I would like, and I don't know if they're going to. I wouldn't mind Love taking the second half off.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Next week the week after is Navy, so those guys don't mind fighting the entire game. So,
Nope.
wouldn't mind Love having a little bit of extra leg for that game because we don't really need him this game.
That's what you can say about those the service academies. They don't stop. They do not stop. They're very limited talent-wise, but they just keep playing their butts off.
Yeah, I think they just see it as they're a paid athlete and they're just getting paid to do what they're supposed to do. There's no reason to quit because they've got to get ready for war essentially. So that's a game that I see as a rivalry because we always play them, but it's more like a loved. I love you at the end of the game kind of game.
A lot of respect.
Yeah. Bubakar, that guy's really coming out. I think he's got 6.5 sacks.
He's amazing.
He's really stepped his game up these last 3 or 4 games. He's really come on. That's been nice. It'd be really nice if we had Bryce on the other side helping him out. And I don't know if because everyone thought Bryce was going to be the star, that Bryce got the attention, and now Bubakar is wide open to take on one person. But I think the team screwed Bryce by putting an extra 25 pounds on that kid because he is not blowing by anybody. He was quick last year. He was blocking punts. And when he wasn't blocking punts, he was running running into the kicker. He did that, 2 or 3 plays in a row?
Against Georgia, yeah.
He just kept running into the guy. He was like,
We're like,
stop touching him.
what are you doing?
Thankfully, it was only 5-yard penalties, which they should have been more. So, yeah, I think they took the speed out of that kid, and I think they're regretting it right now because He's not what they wanted.
I think he'll get it back.
Next year? I don't know how you lose 25 pounds. I've been trying. Trust me, I've been trying.
Well, he's not 40.
43, but yeah.
I was trying to, throw you a bone.
So yeah, I think
thinks about losing weight, and they lose 5 pounds overnight.
man, that'd be great. Yeah. So Bryce is just a no factor right now, and Boubacar is really a star right now. He's got to come back next year, right?
Boubacar?
I think he's got another year that he has to play.
Too. Yeah,
So that kid could be a star next year for us.
for sure.
And then a 5-star comes in and kicks Bryce out of it. That'd be great. We can actually have some scary attack defense rather than just so we can cover you and that's why we get attack. That's why we get a sack.
We still got quite a few games left though. I think Bryce could potentially come alive late.
Yeah, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. I mean, if you're coming alive against them, I don't know. You probably were overrated.
No, but it could help him for when we get to the playoff.
You mean as far as being healthy?
Healthy and kind of have some of his momentum.
A little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to be how we schedule games at the beginning of the year. Let's play Stanford the first game. I'll play at Stanford every year if you let us play the first game at Stanford. I will play Boston College Game 2 at Boston if you let us just beat you down for the second week. And then let's play at Miami.
Yes.
I think the independence is really messing us up because all the other people have specific schedules that they have to hold. And then we kind of have to intertwine ourselves into other people. And it's messing us up. This year could have definitely been an undefeated season.
It almost is.
Yeah, I mean we're 4 points away.
Yeah.
And I think I told you after the Miami game, if we just played another quarter, we won that game. I was there. You could see that we were like starting to put our foot in the right direction and just kind of chugging in the right direction. And Miami was going the other way. And we just didn't realize how to play football just yet.
I think we could probably beat Miami in a rematch. If we had to play Texas A&M again, I'd be a little bit more fearful.
Yeah.
They've gotten better since they've beaten us. I think we've gotten better too, but they're playing some football.
I mean, they got better, and we got better, but they also beat us at our house.
Mm-hmm.
Where Miami's getting worse, and they barely beat us at their house.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably an accurate assumption, or I got accurate assumption of what would happen in the playoffs.
Chris Ash is figuring some things out.
Yeah.
Since that game.
Yeah, I would like to see Miami in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Or sure. Georgia Tech, or BYU. Just don't give me Georgia, because Georgia's going to have some extra motivation behind it because we kicked them out last year.
Yeah, Kirby hasn't forgotten.
And I'm afraid of Alabama now.
Yeah, they're playing some football too. No doubt about it. Indiana's playing some good ball.
Yeah, that's so weird. And I can't not like that guy anymore.
Who, Signetti?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not likable.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if he just was never on TV again. That would be too soon. Speaking of not being on TV, LSU's head coach. How do you feel about that one?
I think. Well, I've got a million thoughts on that. So, in the middle of the night, when my wife was giving birth, Brian Kelly decides I gotta go to LSU. I'm getting those alerts as we're in labor.
Like a thief in the night.
Like a thief in the night. So I'm getting those alerts. It was really confusing because I had no idea why he left. It just seemed so strange because he was about to kind of retire off into the sunset at Notre Dame. They were going to give him, the Notre Dame appreciation dinner. Thank you for your accomplishments, yada, yada. And we'd just shake his hand and he go off.
Thank you for your service.
And I don't know exactly what his contract or his salaries were while he was at Notre Dame, but he was never poor when he was Notre Dame's head coach. So he chased this gigantic bag of money. LSU was dealing with Ed Ogeron and the fallout from that. Coach O had a lot of personal stuff going on, so they needed somebody to stabilize them, and Brian Kelly looked like a good target. So then he goes to LSU. Okay, that's weird.
He brought his accent with him.
And he became Southern overnight. Yes. So he leaves and does that. All right. I don't know. That's odd. I thought you were going to retire at Notre Dame. Whatever. And then the reports came that he tried to take Tommy Rees and Marcus Freeman with him.
Yep.
So he pretty much kind of tried to destroy Notre Dame on his way out. That started to really annoy me. Thankfully, Jack Swarbrick was able to tell those guys, hey guys, don't go anywhere. There might be something here for you. He was able to do that, and thankfully that happened because Marcus Freeman has become our head coach, who we all love. I mean,
everyone wants him right now.
Everybody.
He's on everyone's list.
So they stay. Brian Kelly tried to destroy Notre Dame on his way out. Then he gives interviews, and he badmouths Notre Dame. I don't have the resources. I need the resources, X, Y, and Z.
I don't have the support.
I don't have the support.
What a hell of a thing to say.
Yep, and he just slapped the Notre Dame administration, the Notre Dame alumni, and all the players that played for him at Notre Dame right in the face every time he opened his mouth. So he goes to LSU, and he finally has the biggest win of his career when he beats Nick Saban at LSU. And it was finally like, okay, Brian Kelly, he's right. He's got the talent. Now he can win.
He's arrived.
That quickly was not the case. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge this, but he never won anything at Notre Dame. He never won. The biggest game he won was against Oklahoma at Oklahoma, the national championship 2012 season. And then people will talk about the Clemson win. I'm tired about the Clemson win. Trevor Lawrence didn't even play in that game.
That's right. Yeah,
he went 0-2 against Georgia. He beat some Michigans and some Michigan States over the year. They were never elite teams. He never won a gigantic game. And I even gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, you know what? You always talk about the academic restrictions and all those kinds of things. Sure, Brian, I hear you. I don't expect you to be undefeated against elite teams. But you can't ever knock one of them off? You can't ever upset anybody?
Just once.
Just one time.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Appalachian State can do it.
Exactly. They went into Michigan and beat them. And then, obviously, got embarrassed in the national championship game in 2012. Got embarrassed in the playoffs against Clemson. Got embarrassed in the playoffs against Alabama. And then he chases the money down at LSU. It doesn't pan out. They're quick to fire him. Hey, bud, you got to go. Now, they look dumb because they got a $30 million buyout or something. Their athletic director, you told me earlier, he just got fired.
See ya.
And then all their players, some of their former players are coming out talking about this guy being a POS. So,
yeah, they had Ian Book on another podcast that obviously isn't as good as ours. And Ian, man, he danced that line. He basically was like, yeah, I had a good relationship with him. You know, I could see why other people would feel this way about him. But but it's like, you had a good relationship because you were bombing the ball and you were making him look good. Of course he was kissing your rear end.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically was like, yeah, the stories are true, but I had a good life at Notre Dame.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be respectful because he's still closely associated with Notre Dame, and
Well,
I get that.
and Ian's still looking for a quarterback job. So he even hinted that he's waiting on a phone call. So
From who?
NFL.
I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry, they're not calling you, bud.
Well, I don't know what he knows, but I would love for him to get a call.
Tim Tebow's waiting for a call too.
Yeah, he's trying to play tight end.
And listen, Ian, I love you. I love everything you did at Notre Dame. I thought you were a great kid. All those
Yeah.
good things, but it,
You know what's the best part about that? We both graduated from the same high school.
that's really cool.
Yeah. Obviously, never knew him.
Why didn't you play quarterback at Notre Dame?
I think I was 5'4", 140 pounds in high school. I was that big.
Yeah.
I was embarrassing. I was on the golf team.
Oh, hey, but that turned out well.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Nobody from Notre Dame called me in high school either to play quarterback from.
No, you didn't get that call? You're still waiting?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still waiting.
Nice.
No, Ian did some great things at Notre Dame, and I think he suffered from Brian Kelly. I think if Marcus Freeman was Ian Book's coach, one of those, I think we would have won one of those Georgia games. I know that Ian only lost to one, and it was Brandon Wimbush on one of the Georgia games, but I think if Marcus Freeman was the coach, he would have beat one of those Georgia teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ian obviously did well because he's the most winning quarterback out there.
Yeah.
But what struck me about that interview was Ian's been there for a few months now in Notre Dame. He's working out with the team most days, and he's, if players come up to him, he openly dishes all of his suggestions, and he's watched CJ prepare and watch video, and Ian could not be more impressed with this kid. And it's not just because he's young, it's what he's doing now, without having 4 years of college. So we have an incredible specimen at quarterback, and if we could just find another level of defense, I don't know if we're getting stopped until we play Ohio State. Unfortunately, Ohio State has our number. They're just a little too good. They're the Yankees right now.
Or the Dodgers. Well, or maybe the Toronto, whatever they are.
Blue Jays?
Yeah. They're ahead in the series.
Yeah, then I'd go Yankees because Yankees, whenever they win, they make everyone look bad.
I'm glad he's associated with the program like that. That's pretty cool.
He's been living there.
Something with NIL too. Ian is.
I think him and Brady.
Okay, kind of tag teaming. Okay, and Brady's close, obviously, with the program too. So that's cool. I think Marcus Freeman kind of created that culture where former players can have a say and be there and be involved. And that was one of the dings on Brian Kelly. The former players always said he was very hard to deal with. And it's like, dude, who do you think you are? You're not Notre Dame. That's one thing that's different about Notre Dame than any other college football program, is that head coach never becomes bigger than the university.
You've got to become a part of the culture, not
right.
You're not the star.
No.
You're just a coach.
That's all you are.
In a few years, you'll be gone.
Yep.
There'll be another coach in your chair.
And that's what Lou Holtz, immediately after Brian Kelly snuck off in the middle of the night, Lou Holtz was like, he never really seemed to love Notre Dame.
Mm.
And I could just sit around and listen to Lou Holtz talk all the time, but he was like, he never seemed to have a passion for Notre Dame.
If you could understand what he says.
Sometimes it's a little hard.
There's a few things in his mouth when he's talking.
But I mean, save Jimmy Johnson's ass for me. Like,
yeah,
that could be on a T-shirt. That's so cool. Lou Holtz is so cool.
We need to do that.
It'd be a good T-shirt.
Yeah, it might be copyrighted by now. But yeah.
I don't think my wife would let me leave the house though with a shirt that says ass on it. Should say we could do something different.
Or maybe just leave a picture of a donkey on it.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little
Just
more
hint.
tasteful.
Just hint at it.
Yeah.
A subtle hint. All right, let's do the fun part. What do you think the score is going to be?
Boston College? Notre Dame 42, Boston College 10. 42-10. Let me write it down.
Yeah. I'm going 56-10.
I'll write that down too.
Yeah,
56-10.
Yep. I don't see us punting. I don't see us kicking a field goal.
For a bunch of reasons.
Yeah. Absolutely not. I mean, I might even run out Love to kick a field goal or the extra points. Just to tell the kickers that's how bad you suck. I mean, they had a bye, and I hope they got healthy, but yeah, I already talked about this. I feel like I'm beating down on Christian Gray again. So, yeah, 56-10, I think we don't get stopped. They don't have the talent. They don't have the size. We're just absolutely rolling right now. We embarrassed USC. Our defense is starting to really look like it's an elite team. If we could get a couple more on the line that really make a difference, we could shut down pretty much anyone. I mean, we shut down USC. Their guy ran for 150 on Michigan. We just said Michigan's not that great, but 150 on a team, and then I think he finished with like 65 against us.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
All
I
day.
think they averaged like 2 yards a rush. Thank you. And then they fumbled it and threw 2 interceptions. So three turnovers on for the defense. That's awesome.
Kind of makes you wonder how long USC is going to put up with this from Lincoln. Because he's what? That's the 4th season. I think he got to USC the same year.
I think Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no way they're going to tolerate giving up 300 yards on the ground.
It just sounds so beautiful.
It's USC.
Yeah, that's supposed to be an elite program.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a blue blood.
That's where we would steal one player from their team and be like, oh my gosh, we got a player that was going to go to USC.
When we lost a kid last year to USC that can't start at Notre Dame. Pretty telling.
And we also lost Buckner, who could start at Arizona State. Or hold a field goal. So just beating on Tyler, sorry.
Well, he went to Alabama.
Oh yeah. It was
Pine.
Yeah, he went to Arizona State. And I think played 1 game.
And then he went to Missouri, I think, too. I think he wound up transferring to Missouri. Somebody went to Missouri.
Okay. Damn. Now we've got elite quarterbacks coming in. I'm interested to see how good I think it's Teddy Bridgewater.
That is a player, but...
I don't know. I know his name's Teddy, obviously, because...
Rizak.
Is it? I thought there was another one. Damn it. I can't remember. As soon as we end this, it'll... No. There's a guy coming in. His name's Teddy.
Yeah, I think that's Rizak.
I'll put money on it. You're wrong, but I'll pay you later.
That it's not Bridgewater.
Yes. Oh man. All right. Any last thoughts before we kick it off?
No.
All right. Well, don't forget to like, subscribe our channel. Please leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys. We are the fastest growing show out there. Stated by me and Matt probably as well.
Yes.
We're moving right up there. We're really collecting our subscribers, so we need feedback, we need likes, we need subscriptions. So if you're watching this for the first time, this is just 2 dudes trying to talk about football. We love Notre Dame. We've lived Notre Dame for probably 40 years of our life, seen the goods and the bads. We try and get a video in that's pretty quick, so that you're just on a drive or you're making dinner for your family and you just want to hear something about Notre Dame. You don't have 2 hours to listen to some of those old other podcasts. So we just try and shoot you what you need to know for the next game. So that's us. We're the Basilica Brothers at Irish Touchdown. And as always,
Go Irish.
Go Irish.